This time, we're going to explore the beautiful deep forests of Thekudi in Kerala. It's a journey where we'll go trekking through the forest and spot many different animals and birds. But this is not just about trekking. We have chosen a tiger trail trekking experience where we will float on a bamboo raft through the Periyar reservoir and then stay overnight in the tent deep inside the forest. Not only can we stay inside the deep forests of Thekudi, but the special feature of this tiger trail is that we get to trek for 2 full days through the areas where no other tourism programs are allowed to go. So, welcome to Pikwoods. Shall we step into the forest and enjoy the greenery and the rain? We reached Thekudi boat landing early in the morning, and there are a total of 6 people on this trip. After filling out all the required forms in here, we head into the forest. First, we get onto this bamboo raft and cross to the opposite shore. That's where our trekking begins. There are 6 guests along with 2 forest guards and 1 beat officer accompanying us into the forest. Our walk starts through the dense greenery of Periyar Tiger Reserve, Kerala's evergreen forest. For the first 2-3 kilometers, the trail is relatively easy. Even when people who come for regular short trekking packages can walk through this part. Since there are many small streams in many areas, small bridges have been built across them. Periyar Tiger Reserve is one of the 2 tiger reserves in Kerala. The place where tourism office is located is called Thekudi. Now let me tell you about the Tiger Trail program. For those who love both wildlife and trekking, this is one of the best programs in India. It's not just about the possibility of spotting wild animals. The beauty of Thekudi forest is something you can never get enough of, no matter how many times you see it. Along with forest guards, this is a 2-day walk where we enjoy the scenic mountains and deep forests. It's a journey that every wildlife lover must experience at least once in their lifetime. Look, 2 samba deers are grazing over there. This bird is the orange minivet. It's eating insects from between the branches. This one is a male. The females are yellow in color. Now coming to our tiger trail, there are 2 options available, 1 night trekking and 2 night trekking. In the 1 night trek, we go in and return the very next day. But in the 2 night option, we reach here today, do a short trek and stay overnight in a small tent. The next day will be a full day trek. Then we stay again for the night, and on the following day, after a short trek, we return. And the 2 night package is the one we have booked this time. While we were walking, the guide showed us some markings on a tree. They were claw marks of a tiger. Just imagine the size of that tiger. Tigers make such scratches on trees not only to mark their territory, but also to clean their nails and build their strength. Look, there's an anthill right on our path. It might have been dug up by the bears looking for ants to eat. I really love watching how ants collect tiny grains of mud one by one and build these anthills. It's a fascinating sight to see their teamwork. Do you see anything in the forest? Somebody was standing there, watching us carefully. Then it gave an alarm call and ran back into the forest. After that, hearing the sound, wild goats also started looking in our direction. I often wonder why wild animals are so scared of humans. As soon as they see us, they run and hide. Whether it's a huge wild goose or even tigers and even leopards, it's the same behavior. Look, near the reservoir, there's a group of wild boars walking. They were a bit far away. They were about 10 to 20 boars in the group. We shot this video in July. Since it's rainy season, the forest looks extremely green and beautiful. Also, in this tiger trail, a maximum of 6 members are allowed. Children below 12 years are not permitted. Look there, 2 samba deers are grazing. The one on the left is a male and on the right is a female. If we talk about the animal density in today's forest, there are plenty of samba deers, wild boars and wild gores. That doesn't mean you can see them everywhere you look, but they are quite common in this area. There are also some elephants around. Occasionally we get to see large herds of elephants moving together. According to the 2022 data, there are only about 30 tigers in this forest, spread across 925 square kilometers. The official count is 30, but even then, there would be less than 50 tigers in total. So you should not come up to Thekadi just with the expectation of spotting big cats. After walking about 3 to 4 kilometers, we reach near the tents where we would be staying. What you see over there is the tent stay area. Behind that is nothing but the deep forest. To reach there, we have to cross the water on a bamboo raft. In the middle of the reservoir, 2 main bamboo rafts are tied to a tree stump. If they are tied near the shore, there is a chance that elephants might step on them and break them. That is why they have secured them in the middle of the water. What you see in front is the tent where we'll be staying. It's a very basic tent. Since there's a trench and a fencing all around, elephants won't be coming inside. Behind the tent is the area where we eat our food, and behind that is the staff rooms and the kitchen. This Tiger Trail program is not a luxurious program at all. It's a very simple and basic setup focused purely on the forest experience. While everyone was relaxing and sipping tea, suddenly an Indian hornbill flew past. It was at quite a distance. Since Thekadi has tall trees and greenery with water available throughout the year, it's a perfect habitat for hornbills. After spending some time enjoying the views and refreshing ourselves, it was lunchtime. We had a really good meal: rice, sambar, thoran, green gram curry and papadam. After finishing lunch, we headed out again for another trek. It was about a 3-hour walk through the forest without climbing big hills or mountains. Since this is a deep forest area, a guide and a forest officer carrying a gun walk along with us for safety. From morning itself, all our trekking has been along the side of the Periyar reservoir. When this dam was built, a lot of wildlife and vegetation was submerged and destroyed under the water. But today, this massive dam spreads across almost a quarter of the forest area and provides enough water even during the summer season. As we were walking, someone suddenly said they saw an animal in the distance. When we looked closely, it turned out to be a bear. It was walking alone in the forest, searching for food. Since it was moving through tall grasses, we stood there for a while and started filming, thinking we could move slowly closer to it. Suddenly, the bear came out of bushes. Bears have a very strong sense of smell, but their eyesight is not very good. It hadn't noticed us at all. Also, since our clothes were not bright in color, it was harder for the bear to spot us. Luckily, the wind was not blowing towards the bear, so our scent didn't reach it. Still, we decided to follow it. Our guide carefully observed the bear's movements and followed it from another side. Inside the forest, we saw it peeling the bark of a tree. Most probably, it was searching for insects or maybe some fruits to eat. The bear walked deeper into the forest along its path. After some time, it probably realized our presence and slowly moved away. These marks, you see, are the scratches made by the bear with its strong nails. It doesn't take much time to take all that mud out and make such deep holes. Anyway, we were really happy that we got to see a bear right at the beginning of our trek. The continuous sounds you hear in the forest are made by the crickets. At one point, it felt like we were walking through a farmland. These wild sandalwood trees spread widely across a large area. As we kept walking and looked towards the open area of the forest, we saw a few wild cows grazing. Since we are quite good at walking silently, they hadn't noticed us at first. After some time, they became aware of our presence and started looking at us. In this forest story, we have kept the music low and increased the natural sounds. As I have mentioned many times before, during safaris, it's hard to focus on nature sounds because of people talking, jeep noises, and other disturbances. But since this is a trekking, such disturbances are very minimal. That is why trekking videos usually have more of natural sounds. Here in Thekudi, the forest department manages ecotourism in a very neat and organized way. The guides and officers who come along are very friendly. Overall, the coordination here is systematic and well managed. They know how to handle guests decently. You won't find untrained guides misbehaving with tourists in here, which is definitely a big plus point for the tourism. After walking for a while, it suddenly started raining. And wow, rain inside the forest. Just look at it. A forest that is already so beautiful and then rains while we are enjoying it. Rain is nice like this, but it's always better to carry an umbrella so the camera does not get wet. Or else, you should know how to make a temporary umbrella using leaves you find around. Look at our guide. He plucked some leaves and made an umbrella for himself. These guides and officers were once people who lived in these forests. Later, they were educated about the importance of forest conservation, which is how they became forest guards. Since they have lived in the forest from childhood, they know this environment inside out. We spotted wild cows at a little distance. By their looks and strength, these wild cows are far majestic and elegant than domestic buffaloes. This one is a female. Just look how impressive she looks. If it were a male, it would have even more muscular and powerful look. Since there is no wild buffaloes in the southern forests, many people mistakenly calls wild cows as wild buffaloes. Some even call them bison. But that is incorrect. Bisons are completely different species. By around 5:30 in the evening, we returned to our room and had a cup of strong black tea to relax. This time, these are the people who traveled with me. Everyone was from Kerala. If you're interested in going on a guided wildlife trip anywhere in south of India like this, you can contact me through my email. My contact details are given in the website description. Even though we were in the forest and it was already night, we didn't realize how 2 hours passed just by talking. While we were chatting, we flashed the torch around and suddenly spotted a brown fish owl sitting over there. Even though the forest is so vast, it had come and perched nearby just to listen our conversation. After the owl, which is an expert of catching fish, flew away, we went for dinner. We had both chapati and rice. These were not packet chapatis, they were fresh, hot chapatis made there itself, along with chicken curry. After dinner, we went back, laid down, and slept. We woke up the next day only after it became bright. Everything was calm and silent around us. But when we looked towards the opposite bank of waters, we saw a herd of wild cows grazing. It was just dawn. Even before the birds had started calling, they had already begun feeding. This was a big herd, around 10 to 20 wild cows, including 2 to 3 very small cows. Compared to any other forest in South India, you can see some of the largest herds of wild cows here in Periyar. Earlier, in Manamutti Mala at Valakkada, which was once a part of Periyar itself, I had even seen around 50 wild cows grazing together. It was also from the same Manamutti Mala that I got to see a tiger for the first time in Periyar Tiger Reserve. That was truly a wonderful experience. Getting to see a tiger closely while trekking deep inside the forest is something I can never forget. That moment will always stay close to my heart. The calm and stillness of the early morning in the forest was something truly special. Look, there's a woolly necked stork sitting in the grass. While the three of them were quietly resting, a man comes paddling towards us on a bamboo raft. There are some people inside this forest who still fish in here. Years ago, when this area was declared a tiger reserve, the tribal communities who lived inside the forest were relocated to other places. They were all still allowed to come here for fishing. So, that man was one of those fishermen. As soon as they saw him, the storks flew away. There's a bird floating on the water. This is a great cormorant. Look at it, the bird does not seem bothered by that man at all, and he also isn't paying any attention to the bird. They look really beautiful when seen up close. For breakfast, we had putta, and after that, we got ready to start trekking again. We have to cross this small boat and go to the other side to begin our trek. This tree you see here once had drifted during a flood. On top of it, they have placed antlers of deers that were found in this area. So now, we're about to start the main trekking of our tiger trail. Everyone got onto the raft and is ready. Today, we have to walk around 12 kilometers through the deep forest. So everyone has packed their water and some light snacks to carry along. If you're planning to book this Tiger Trail package, here are the current tariffs. For 2 nights, it is 10,000 per person. For 1 night, it is 7,500 per person. Most of the time, it's foreigners who opt for this trek. All bookings have been done through the official website, periyartigerreserve.org. I'll add the details in the description. Also, some of you watching this video might think I have increased the green color of the forest in editing. But no, this is the real color of Thekudi during the monsoon season. This forest is naturally this lush and vibrant. Some TV channels increase the saturation and show unreal colors. So after paddling for some time on the raft, we reached our starting point. The raft was tied here, and this is where our walk begins. As we got down near the water, we spotted a common kingfisher. This bird has such beautiful colors. Even though it's called a common, it is found in many countries around the world. It's not actually that common to see in our region. So we continued walking through the forest. Enjoying the cool weather with no harsh sunlight at all. It felt like a journey where we completely merged with nature, taking in the forest sounds and its unique smell. Our goal here isn't just to spot wild animals, so there are many beautiful things to notice along the way. Look, do you see that honeycomb on the tree? It looks a bit old. Even though bears are famous for stealing honey, it doesn't seem easy to reach a hive at such a height. Also, when bears attack beehive, they don't just eat the honey, they also eat the bees and their larvae. Even though it was already morning, did you notice how dark it still was inside the forest? And that is how thick this forest is. Even if elephants were standing nearby, you might not notice them. In many places in Periyar, the forest is so dense that sunlight hardly reaches the ground. I really wonder how this forest has become so beautiful. Even though I've shown many forests on this channel, I honestly feel that the beauty of Periyar is unmatched by any other forest. Look, some jungle fowls are walking over there. Looks like around 8 of them, moving together like a family pecking around for food. When they grow into adults, their colors will become even brighter and more beautiful. As we were walking, suddenly the guide stopped and showed us a sign that wild cows are nearby. When you're in the forest, it is better to communicate using hand signals rather than sound. Our guide's name is Sundar, and he's really skilled at spotting animals. As we slowly took our cameras and got ready, the cows noticed us. Even a small sound while walking through the grass is enough for the wild cows to become alert. Look, they're all turning back right now, almost like a small migration. I counted about 30 of them in one group, and there might be even more. The herd we saw this morning was in a different area. So this is a separate group. That means there are a really big amount of herds of wild cows in Periyar. After they all moved deeper into the forest, we sat down to take a short rest. Resting isn't the only job here. We also have to keep removing leeches from our legs. While sitting and casually observing our surroundings, look, can you see a spider web being made? See how each thread is carefully joined, one by one. Just like I mentioned yesterday about watching the ants build ant hills, I really enjoy sitting and watching things like this in the nature. When a little sunlight started coming in the morning, the beauty of the forest increased even more. Whether it rains, whether the sun comes out, or even when mist covers everything, the forest looks beautiful in every mood. A forest is truly something special. Now we have a bit of hiking to do. We will be hiking up to the top of the mountain over there, and from the top we can see the Periyar Dam. Look over there. There's a Malabar trogon sitting on a branch. The male has a deep red color on the chest, while the female has more of yellow shade. Such a beautiful bird. This bird is mainly seen in the Western Ghats, especially in the forests of Kerala. Most of the time, these birds stay very still in one place. After hiking for about 30 minutes, we reached the top of the hill. This place is a small open grassland. From here, we can see a large part of Periyar Reservoir below. Since there's no harsh sunlight and the weather is really pleasant, it feels so nice to just sit here and relax. That edge over there is the Periyar Dam. Since there is restrictions on zooming and showing it in detail, this is all I can show. From this spot, if we zoom and look carefully in different directions, we can spot animals in many places. Right now, there are a few wild boars visible. Some people have even spotted tigers from here using binoculars. Then suddenly, look, an Indian hornbill is flying. This is the second hornbill we have seen since coming here, and luckily we've managed to capture both of them while flying. After resting for a while, we continued our walk. On this mountain, we even found fresh tiger scat. Since it was a stool, I didn't show it properly on camera. Also, because the area is grassy, we couldn't clearly see any paw marks. We didn't descend from the same side we climbed. Instead, we came down from the opposite side. As we were coming down, we suddenly saw 2 to 3 wild dogs running into the forest. They moved so fast that I couldn't take a video. But when we went to the place where they were, we saw that they were eating a samba deer calf. According to the guide, they probably caught it either early in the morning or sometime last night. We didn't stand there showing it in detail. We just continued walking. And look here, this is a skull of a wild gaur killed by a tiger. Just look at its size. Oof. After walking for a while, we saw somebody standing there. As soon as it noticed us, it gave an alarm call and kept staring at us cautiously. Even though we saw many sambadis and gars on this trip, don't misunderstand and think it is common in here. Talking about sightings, there have been many times when I returned home from Thekade without spotting even a single wild gaur or a single sambadir. So never come here with expectations to definitely see animals. Come here to enjoy the beauty of the forest, and if you happen to spot something, consider it a bonus. That mindset is the best. After giving a few alarm calls, it moved deeper into the forest and we continued our walk as well. But while walking, something completely unexpected happened. We spotted hornbills again. 2 hornbills were sitting clearly visible on an open tree branch. Such a lucky moment. After watching them for some time, we realized that there were 2 more hornbills on the right side. So now there were 4 hornbills in total. This hornbill, which is the state bird of Kerala, itself is quite hard to spot. And here we are seeing 4 of them together. What a moment. Anyway, this was truly a lucky sighting. Actually, yesterday's bear sighting was lucky. The large herd of wild gaurs was lucky too. But when you look at it overall, the beauty of Thekade's forest itself is the biggest lucky sighting of all. Today's trekking is actually planned only till noon. After that, we are supposed to return to the stay, have lunch and then go for another short walk in the evening. But if everyone is okay, we can skip lunch, have some snacks instead and return only in the evening. That way, we get to walk more and explore the forest further. So we kept walking. And before we knew it, it was already evening. We'll stay here tonight and tomorrow after the breakfast, we are checking out. So that's the Tiger Trail package. So we won't stretch this Tiger Trail episode any further. We'll end it right here. Hope you all enjoyed the beautiful sights of Periyar. We'll meet again in the next story.